Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Welcome to Fahad's tutorial once again, and in this video I shall explain about electrochemical cell. You see this word electrochemical cell, it consists two different phenomena, which is electricity and chemical reaction. So those who study the chapter chemical reactions and energy, you know that in our previous sections we have learned about converting chemical energy into heat energy by burning fuel in different ways. But in these sections or in this video we will be learning about using electricity to do or to perform chemical reactions, or converting chemical energy by using electrical energy. So in this chapter this is very important, and we need to know that how these things is going on, and we need to study important keywords to understand this process clearly. So electrochemical cells, before going to explain, we need to understand one thing, that in the year of 1780 Luigi Galvani and in year of 1800 Alessandro Volta, they did a separate experiments, and they come out that through the redox reaction electricity can pass through. And in fact, from their inventions we got a battery. So that inventions says that if we can contain the electricity, that we know that electricity is nothing but the flow of electron, but when we will engage chemical reactions into it, then it turns into electrochemical reactions and electrochemical cells. So as we will study about electrochemical cells, we need to know there are two types of electrochemical cells. Number one, that is electrolytic cell. We must know one thing, that this is electrolytic cell. This is something. And number two is galvanic cell or voltaic cell or Daniell cell. So we can say that this is voltaic cell or galvanic cell. So what are the differences? In electrolytic cell, electricity will be produced, or electricity will be used from outside to undergo a chemical reactions inside. But in voltaic cell or galvanic cell, electricity will be produced by the chemical reaction. Simply, in electrolytic cell, electricity will be provided from outside, from outer source, to undergo the chemical reactions inside. But in voltaic cell, electricity will be produced from the chemical reaction. Now, in electrolytic and voltaic cell, before going to explain it, we need to study one thing, which is conductor. Well, electric conductor, or we can say that, okay, first what is conductor, then we can think this is again two different parts, which is conductor. You know, conductor means that substance or something that allows electricity to pass through. And the opposite of conductor is insulator. Insulator are those who actually doesn't allow electricity to pass through, like woods, rubbers, plastic. These are insulator. But the conductor are those substance that allows to pass through the electricity, and these conductor are two types. Number one, electric conductor. Electric conductor, and another is electrolytes. So what is electric conductor and what is electrolytes? Those are conductor. These two are all actually the part of conductor. They are two different parts. Electric conductor are those actually like metal. And in case of non-metal, graphite is also electric conductor. Why? Because you know that when you study about metallic bond, metals contain lots of free electron that allows to pass through the electricity inside this metal. That is why all metal is electric conductor and also graphite. So as an example, we can say that electric conductor, those are actually metal and sometimes graphite. So metals like copper, zinc, we will definitely use it in this type of electrochemical cells. Copper, zinc, these are very well used electric conductor in this type of electrochemical cells. So metals are electric conductor, graphites are electric conductor. Electrolytes actually those who allows electricity pass through in its melted or solution state. Like we must know, in case of electrolytes, it is actually in melted or solution states. That means they do not allow electricity passes through when they are in solid state. So the electrolytes are those substances which allows electricity to pass through in their melted or solution state. Now you think electrolytes are two types, that is strong electrolytes and weak electrolytes. So we can say this is strong electrolytes and weak electrolytes. What is the definition of strong electrolytes? Those electrolytes will actually ionized fully, 100%. They are strong electrolytes. And similarly, so we can say that weak electrolytes are those actually ionized in a little amount. They are the weak electrolytes. So what are the strong electrolytes? We can say number one, sulfuric acid, strong electrolytes. Number two is zinc sulfate is strong electrolytes, but it should be in aqueous form, or even copper sulfate. This is a very well known strong electrolyte. But in weak electrolyte, number one is water. So in aqueous form, water is actually weak electrolyte. And number two, there are a lot of other examples, but I'm just focusing on academic book, that is CH3COOH. This is actually ethanoic acid or acetic acid. So these are some basic word that we need to understand when we'll study about electrochemical cells. In this video, I'm just going to giving you a primary discussions, and next video I'm coming up with the mechanism of electrolysis, and then I will explain you what are the electrolysis process of melted sodium chloride, and then water, and then what is a galvanic cell, and then what is salt bridge. So there are some linked concept when we'll study about it, and definitely I will upload it in the later versions. So these are the keywords we need to consider. So first one is conductor, those who allow electricity into it. And there are two types, electric conductor and electrolytes. Electric conductor like are metal and graphite, and electrolytes are two types, strong and weak. Electrolytes are those substances those who allow electricity when they are in melted states or solution state, but not allow electricity in the solid state. Now think, this is an electrochemical cell. So electrochemical cell are where electricity and chemical reactions will be two phenomena that will be occurring in the similar states. Like in electrolytic cell, I'm just giving you a first idea that what is electrolytic cell. In electrolytic cell, a battery will be added from outside. Okay? So when electric source will be added from outside, so definitely the positive and negative part will be there. So in battery, when these two are electric conductor, this can be zinc, this can be copper, this can be iron, this can be graphite, whatever. But these two are electric conductor, and they are known as electrode. This is very important. Known as electrode. So what is electrode? those metal or the rods or graphite rods that are actually submerged, that are dipped into the electrolytic solutions in the electrochemical cells, these are electrode. So this is electrode and this is also electrode. These two can be same metal, these two can be different metal, but these are electric conductor. So these electric conductor that are actually using in the electrochemical cells and that is submerged in electrolytic solution, these are electrode. Now one more thing, when two different things actually added with wire, with a battery or without battery. I mean, why without battery? I mean, in galvanic cell or a voltaic cell, there is no outside electric source is used. So in voltaic cell, electricity will be produced through the chemical reactions. But in this cell, this is electrolytic cell actually, in this cell, electricity will be provided from the outer source for undergoing or to maintain the chemical reactions inside. And this is electrolytic cell. And that is why the positive part, the battery, is added with the electric wire. We know that this is electric wire. So this is added with this electrode. So when positive side of battery is added with electrode, that is actually anode. This is anode. And the negative part or the negative part of battery or electric source which is added with another electrode, that is known as cathode. That is known as cathode. And these solutions are strong or weak electrolyte, or you can say this is electrolytic solutions. So this is electric conductor, this is also electric conductor, both the electric conductor, but this is actually not electrolyte because they are actually allowing electricity to pass through in it when they are actually melted or solution state. But they are actually electric rod or something metal rod, so they can pass through it, and that is why they are electric conductor. So this is anode and this is cathode. What will happen when this battery will perform? The electric source will perform. And that means from this process, when electricity will come through these electrolytes, then suppose this is molten sodium chloride. Okay, so this is molten sodium chloride. Think about it. Then sodium chloride will be like dissociate through this process. This is plus and minus, and we know that this is cation and this is anion. So when through the process of electrolytic cells inside, when electricity will pass through these electrolytes, then this dissociation will occur, and that is why it is known as electrolytic cell. That means this positive and negative side will be dissociate, and the most important thing is that this sodium plus and chloride minus, they will be attracted by the different electrode. This positive ion, which is known as cation, they will be attracted to the cathode. So you must remember that cation will be attracted towards cathode and anions will be attracted towards anode. Why? Because this is positive ion that will be attracted with the negative part of the electrode. As cathode is that electric conductor which is connected with the negative part of the battery or the electric source, so these positive ions will be attracted to this cathode. That is, cation will go to cathode and anion will go to anode. So these anion will go to anode. And one more thing, I will definitely explain these things with more descriptions later on when I'll specifically will explain the electrolysis of sodium chloride and water, and later on, so that on that time I will explain it. In this video I'm just giving a basic that this positive ion, when it will come to this cathode, then reduction will take place. That means this sodium plus will accept one electron, and then it will actually turn it into the solid form. So this cathode, in cathode, electron acceptance will take place by the cation, and this is reduction. So in cathode, reduction, half reaction will take place. So you must remember that in cathode, reduction will take place. So reversibly, in anode, when negative ion or anion is attracting to anode, they will definitely release one electron. So chloride ion will actually release one electron, and that is oxidation. So in anode, oxidation will take place. So this is a very simple and basic explanations from my side about electrolytic cell. Basically, I explained about electrolytic cell, and of course I will definitely explain galvanic cell or voltaic cell in other videos and other part of the videos, because it requires more explanation, because there are some differences between electrolytic cell and galvanic cell. Mainly the difference is in electrolytic cell, you know that battery is added. So the electric source is added from outside. So this electric source is providing electricity, and then when it's providing electricity, then dissociations of the electrolytes take place. So when it's taking place inside, that is known as electrolysis. But in Daniell cell or in galvanic cell, no battery from outside or no electric source from outside will be added. In voltaic cell, electricity will be produced, but here electricity is provided to carry on these chemical reactions inside. So I hope you understand basic and primary level explanations about electrochemical cells. This is very first lecture about electrochemical cells, because I'm coming up with the next video with a series of videos to explain more. So this is electric wire, this is electric conductor, this is anode, this is cathode. Anode is connected with the positive side, cathode is connected with negative side, and then this is electrolytic cell. Dissociation is take place. And you must know one thing, conductor can be like electric conductor and electrolytes. And in electrolytes there are two types, like strong electrolytes and weak electrolytes. You must remember the examples, because they dissociate or they dissolves in their melted and solution state fully, 100% ionized. That is why they are strong, but they are ionizing in little amount. That is why they are called weak electrolytes. You must remember these two names, that's Galvani 1780 and Volta in 1800. They carried two different and separate experiments, and then we came through know that yes, through the reductions or redox process, electricity can be produced. And from their things, their inventions, we got the battery. So take care, stay well. I'm coming up with a next video. See you on next video. Take care, stay well.